Hi, my name's Paws from the Yoga Home. Welcome to the video, how to do a half moon. I'm going to show you how to do Ardha Chandrasana. But before I do, I would appreciate it if you subscribed and shared and did all those fun things to keep this rolling. Now, what you'll need for this before you start is most likely a block, especially if you're just starting out in this posture. Now, there's several different ways you can go into this pose. You can come at it from triangle posture or just from Uttanasana. Let's go from Uttanasana, so just forward bend. You'll need your block, have it beside the right foot, okay? And I would line up, what I usually do is line up the block about a foot or a little bit lined up to that pinky toe. So the right pinky toe. You start to line the block up there, okay? And you can take a forward bend if you want to really loosen up through the hamstrings. So you'll transfer weight to that right foot because you're going to be lifting this left leg back. Now to start out, you may want two blocks or just use that one block in the center, just to see how your balance is on that right foot. So transfer weight over to the right leg and see how your balance is by lifting the back leg. Okay? If it's pretty good, let's start balancing on that one leg just with the one hand on the block. Left hand can come to the hip and you'll transfer weight to the right leg, having it nice and stacked and strong. And then that left leg comes back behind you. Now I'm starting to turn my torso a little bit open to the left. You want to make sure that your arm here is nice and stacked, so your wrist, elbow, shoulder. Okay, so if it's way too close to the foot, your shoulder is going to be way over top of the wrist. If it's way too much of a reach, your shoulder obviously isn't stacked. So get that nice and stacked first. By this point, your leg might be burning. If you're following along with me. So this leg can go very slowly. We don't have to start opening it up right away. You can just slowly, with the hand on the hip, bring it all the way back and then start to open the torso. So eventually, the left shoulder will start to stack with the right shoulder. Now this left leg, you are opening up external rotation through the thigh. However, you don't want to just crank it open. I tend to focus on pressing through my left heel and then feeling this whole stretch through the hip flexor as I keep pressing through that heel so that I feel this nice long leg. I'm not necessarily focused on stacking the hips, even though that may be a thing that you might want to. I would try going into a wall, so your back is into the wall. So in case that you do fall back a little bit when you're working with this. Okay, and then eventually maybe this left arm can come up towards the sky. Now, just find one point to focus on. So whatever that is for you so that you're comfortable. Whew, that was a lot on that side. So let's just balance it out and we can try it out on the other side. So left leg, nice and stacked. You're placing the block in alignment with the pinky toe, getting the arm bones and everything, bone upon joint, nice and stacked. Right hand on the waist. Grow tall in the spine, so you're reaching out through your crown. You're pressing energy right away through that back foot. Okay, and then we can start maybe opening a little external rotation with that right thigh. And then keep pressing through the right heel so you'll start to really feel this opening in the hip flexor and up through the torso. And then eventually we're maybe opening up that arm. You can play around with how much you'd like to open that leg, but just as long as you don't feel any compression through the SI joint in the lower back there. Take a few breaths there what I like to feel here is moving through the center of the body and then radiating that energy all the way out through all of your limbs and really feeling it stretch out. Whew. And then release it, taking a nice forward bend, shaking out the legs. Okay? So I hope that helped you get into this posture. It can be, this posture is very, I oscillate from it, being some days are just better than others, and as we get that for everything. So just take your time with it, grab 2 blocks, go into a Parshvottanasana or a forward bend or something where you're settling your body, and find that point of focus for the balance. And really focus on stretching out instead of compressing the back and stacking the hips, even though the stacked hips will eventually, in the advanced poses, get you there. Okay, I hope that helped. Thank you so much for sharing this video, and namaste.